Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and I make videos about quilting and my creative life. So if you are interested in that type of video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Anywhere else that you can find me on the internet is listed down below, so you can follow on TikTok or Instagram for pretty much daily updates on what I'm getting up to. But today's video is a little bit of a bittersweet one because the first quilt that I ever made has been returned to me for a repair. This was the first quilt that I made. I purchased a bag of scraps. I think I bought 2 bags of scraps and they were massive carrier bags for £5 each. And I cut them into strips and I made, I think it's called a string quilt. I think I saw this quilt pattern on Kate's channel at the last homely house, so I'll leave a video in the description down below for that. And then you yourself can go down a rabbit hole of making a string quilt because they are really easy to make and they are really nice. And it's got such a nice drape to it and weight to the quilt. It's really nice. So I gifted this to my mum, and pretty much with constant use, a few of the seams have ripped open. So I said that I would repair them for her. It isn't anything major, it's just little rips like this. So what I'm going to do is she's asked me to do an applique over the top. So I'm going to do that. That wasn't the one that she told me about. She told me about one on the main body of the quilt, but since having a look at it, I found a few rips, so I'll just repair them. And I think it's probably where I probably haven't allowed the right seam allowance, or perhaps the fabric has frayed back. You know, it's just one of those things that happen when you start quilting. But I would rather have to repair a quilt or make someone a new quilt because they've loved and used it, rather than it just being left in a cupboard by someone that you gift it to. So I'm happy to repair it. So I've got a little bit of the fabric that I think is the border. It looks slightly different colour, but I think that's just because this has been washed and used. So I've got that for some of the smaller pieces. I've only got 2 pieces of that. I don't know what I would have done with the rest of it. I thought I would have had more, but I think that will go quite nicely. And then I've also got a piece of my granddad, my mum's dad, one of his shirts, and I did use this throughout the quilt. This fabric here is also another one of his shirts, so there was just a whole host of scraps used through this project, and I did really enjoy making it. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give this area a little bit of a press. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of heat and bond inside there. Not heat and bond, this is Bonder Web. And I've got some here where it's actually come away. So you don't want the paper, you just want a little strip to put in there just to give it a little bit more security. So this is just the glue and that's the paper. It had already come away from the paper just because it's quite an old piece. And all I'm going to do is stick the glue in there. And I'm just going to try and make it as flat as I can. Yep, that's quite flat. And now I'm going to press my iron. I have got my ironing pad underneath here. It doesn't matter if it looks creased when I've finished because I'm going to put a patch over this anyway. This is just a bit of extra. Yeah, that's stuck. We obviously need to iron the applique fabric. So all I've done now is took a rough piece of Bonder Web and I'm going to roughly draw a heart big enough to cover this area. So what about if we have it like that? We want it a bit bigger. There we go. I'm going to give this a rough cut out. And then apply that roughly onto the fabric. And then I think it's about 8 to 10 seconds or something till you get a good bond. And then from here, I'm just going to use a good pair of scissors and cut this out. So there we have it, a nice heart. I did have to spend a few moments just cutting it better. So I think I'll put it there so I'm getting all the way up. But it's really at this point just to cover this raw edge. So let's trim this away. And then, yep, we'll pop that there. So all you have to do now is remove the paper. And the glue will now be stuck to the fabric, and you can feel that it is, because it feels, can you hear that? It feels plasticky. So then just pop that over your area. And there we go, that's what the patch will look like. Now with the Bonder web, you have to then sew on it as well. You could go around this on the machine, but then your stitches will show through to the back. So for me, I'm just going to do a blanket stitch all the way around, but I'm just going to try and catch the front fabric and the wadding. You can get some types of heat and bond where you don't need to sew. I think it's Heat and Bond Ultra, where it's no sew. That's like for embroidery patches, so if you didn't want to do any sewing, you could just do that. But this is the thread that I used for the hand quilting, so I'm just going to do that because it will still match. I think I bought this in excess or just had it left over. So all I'm doing now is just a blanket stitch all the way around the edge. I have drawn this line here around the edge just so I can make sure that my blanket stitches are the same length. Generally the same width, I'll just eyeball across, but I don't want any to be too short, and that's just with a heat erasable pen, so I'll just give it a quick iron once I'm finished. I'm just rotating the quilt as I go around, just so I can make sure all the stitches are pointing inwards. So there it is. Let's get that mark removed and it will look so much better. Just give it a quick rub with the iron. Excellent. We've also got the same issue here, so I'm just going to repeat the same steps. That's that one done. It's not my finest. I probably could have done with another stitch in that area, but it's handmade and it's loved. There was a very small hole here, so I've added some quilt kisses. I heard of that technique through Karen at Just Get It Done Quilts. I think they look really nice. But here, slightly bigger one, so that one will have to be a heart. I don't know what was going on here with my seam allowance, but these piano keys were probably just quite weak perhaps. I've done another set of quilt kisses there. So there we go, that is all done. I think I did 3 hearts and 2 sets of kisses. Or did I do 3 sets of kisses? I can't remember now. And there was also a little bit of the hand quilting thread where one of the knots had unpopped and a little bit of the stitching had pulled back. So I've retied it off in a double knot and popped that knot again. I didn't manage to repair the bit of quilting, it was only like this much, so I've just left it, popped the knot in. And yeah, it's so nice that a quilt that I've made has had so much wear and tear. Yeah, she did say that she washes it, but I forgot to ask her how she washes it. I assume she would wash it in the machine. I don't think she would hand wash it. So it's gone through lots of machine washing. She probably tumble dries it on low. So it has a lot of wear. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and are able to come back to it if you ever need to repair a quilt in the future. But thank you so much for watching. Bye.